click with Draisaitl. 12 seconds to go. Florida trying to end it up against the wall, which would be fitting. 3 seconds to go. The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup. For the first time in their 30-year history, the Florida Panthers are Stanley Cup champions. They made it about as hard on themselves as they possibly could, battling a valiant Edmonton team that had rallied from adversity all season long. And Paul Maurice, coaching lifer, 30 years in the National Hockey League, has his Stanley Cup.
What the puck is going on?
Here's your host of What the Puck is Going On, Dave Metzger.
All right, welcome back. Tuesday, January 6th. We are back in the studio for What the Puck is Going On. Deep End's coverage of the NHL. And if we've been gone a little while, we have missed a few shows.
We took a Christmas vacation. Right.
Yeah, we'll chalk that up to a little holiday break. Sometimes you got to hit, a nice little pause here.
Too many bowl games, too much football.
Yeah, just a lot going on.
And honestly, some sketchy hockey to say the least.
Really.
So maybe a good time not to be giving you guys some play.
Yeah, a good time to take a little break. The slate got, real tough there for a minute. So sometimes you just kind of want to pump the brakes and take a little bit of a refresh. But here we are back again. And Steve, it kind of seems like if you've been keeping up with things that as before the break where we're talking about how it was difficult, I'm not saying it's easy now, but it does seem to be kind of evening out a little bit. So we've had some good calls here, some good tickets here in the studio, a couple recent winners on the NHL. So we'll see what we can find tonight. We got a decent slate, a little bit of a tough slate. Some of these games in here that I saw are going to be tough. We'll see what the goaltending matchups are. That's always kind of a good way to maybe figure out what you want to do. One goalie's better than the other, back-to-backs. So we'll take a look at all that. Steve, before we get into the standings here, first off, how are you and how was the holiday?
Doing good. Holiday was, full as always. I think we had at least myself, a good bowl season.
Yeah.
With the college bowls and the playoffs even. So I look forward to hopefully continuing that with Indiana. I got them riding all the way through. So that'd be nice. And hockey, just a little bit here and there. But man, just like you said, there at first is kind of a lot of unders. And then, teams you just think would win. Or have an easy time about it, losing. And right now, if you look at the standings, which I'm sure you'll go over in a minute, I mean, there's streaks galore going on for some of these teams. And again, I mean, you mentioned it. It's starting to make a little bit more sense. But even then, in these divisions, I mean, from top to bottom in the Atlantic, we're separated by 9 points, just 10 points in the Metro from top to bottom. The Western Conference with the Central is a little bit different. That's the one conference or one division that seems like the top dogs have pulled away. And then in the Pacific, there we go. We're tight once again. How about this? The top 5 teams in the Pacific are separated by 1 point, and really everybody just by 9 points. So a 5-horse race.
Yeah.
Really a 6-horse race if you want to throw the Sharks in there, who have been good.
Calgary, even really, Steve. They're only 6 points behind Vegas.
Calgary had all the reason in the world to pack it in. But they're good at home, Dave. 12-7-2. When you need to pick on them, you need to pick on them on the road. So at least they're defending home ice and getting some points there. And you try to figure out who exactly the worst team actually is. And it's hard. Look at this. Last place in the Atlantic. Their record is 20 wins, 16 losses, and 5 overtime losses. Is that really the worst team in the league? Not really.
No.
And the other in the Metro, the worst team, 18, 16, and 7. That is the Columbus Blue Jackets. You don't think of them as even being the last place team.
Right.
The Jets, look at this. Our Jets are in last place. And maybe they are the worst team. 15, 21, and 4. But they've lost 9 in a row to get to that. I mean, they were
stumbling are the Jets.
Above 500, 1-6-3 in their last 10. And then Vancouver is below Calgary now. You mentioned Calgary having some success. Vancouver, 16, 20, and 5. They've lost 3 in a row. Obviously not doing good. But those are all records indicative of being like the 5th or the sixth place team at worst in a division and not the last place team. So the parity is real here in the NHL.
Yes, it really is. Not much separation at all. So let's get into it, Steve. We got the Atlantic Division. Detroit leading with 54 points. Tampa Bay right behind them, 53. They're hot as of late. Montreal with 52 in third. Florida has seemed to right the ship a bit. They did take a kind of an ugly win there in their outdoor game, which was more of a home game. They played it down there in Florida. Hey, the ice, much better condition than I thought. I will say that. I was very curious to see what the conditions would be, and they weren't too bad. So they took a little whooping there from the Rangers. 5-1, I believe, was the final score of that. Buffalo with 46. Boston with 46, and I think they're the lone team right now in the Atlantic that is stumbling as far as their last 10 games. Everybody else is riding a bit of a streak.
Yeah.
Toronto has 45. They're down there towards the bottom. And then Ottawa with 45 as well. So, Steve, the Atlantic really still anybody's game. But how about Detroit and Tampa taking the top 2 spots?
Yeah, Tampa's 7 wins in a row now. So where they were kind of tweaking maybe a little bit at the beginning, and then they kind of started to show signs of getting hot. Now they're red hot. And the Red Wings, I mean, you said it yourself, and maybe you're 2 years too early with this crew.
Right.
And you're thinking about them being as good as they are. But they are good. I watched some of them last night against Ottawa. They covered the puck line for me, and 6-3-1 in their last 10. Somehow still on a negative goal differential. If you look at the goal differentials in the Atlantic, Detroit is -5 in first place. The only team with there's 2 teams with a positive goal differential. Tampa Bay is a +32. How about that?
That's impressive.
And then look at this. Montreal 0, Florida -1, Sabres -1, Bruins -3, Maple Leafs -1, and the last place team right now, Ottawa, +2. How do you make any sense of that?
I mean, really. So we've got some jockeying to be done here, and I have Tampa Bay on a ticket to win that Atlantic Division. So things kind of trending in the right direction for that. Steve, let's jump into the Metro. That is where our Caps live at. Carolina's leading this with 53, and it's tightened up a little bit. They did have more than 3 points, I would say. I can't remember.
Yeah,
exactly.
They seem to be the clear best team in the Metro, and I'm not so sure we can say that right now.
Right. Well, exactly, because the Islanders in second place with 50, and then there's the Caps tied also with 50. They're in third. but they have Philly nipping on their heels with 49. Same could be said about Pittsburgh. I mean, look at this division. This is clear insanity to me. New Jersey with 46, the Rangers with 46, and then finally you have Columbus with 43. Steve, I mean, it's maybe the same way a bit in the Atlantic, but how can you not think of the Metro right now is some of the top tier teams in the league? I mean, the top three, all good. Washington about 500 in their last 10, so they've picked it up a little bit where they were stumbling. Philly has looked great. Nobody would thought they would be there. Pittsburgh is trying to keep up, and they're doing a good job of it, I'd say. So, Steve, the Metro is just it's crazy right now.
Dave, I got a feeling as we creep up to the Olympics here, everyone's goal is just to kind of stay right where they are.
Right.
And then let's get hot at the end.
Yep.
And when we come back. And teams who are not heavily involved in the Olympics may stand a good upper hand here if they're able to get some good practice time together. I don't know what the rules are as far as teams practicing while the Olympics are going on. I imagine there is none.
I wouldn't think there would be.
Yeah. But, you might see some teams rededicate themselves over that break. It'd be interesting to look at that, the teams with the least amount of NHL players.
Right.
And maybe take a look at those kind of teams coming out of the break. So I think the consistency is key where everyone's been basically inconsistent. And I think it's really going to come down to focus and really trying to finish the season strong. And that the team that does that will come on top of the Metro. Obviously, you got to give big kudos to the Flyers this season. I don't think anyone expected them to do anything great, and they're doing it defensively, old school hockey, which is the kind of formula that wins you hockey games.
And that's their brand too.
Yeah, they've scored 124 goals, and they've only allowed 116. Those 116 allowed goals are second best in the Eastern Conference. The only team ahead of them is Vasilevsky down there with Tampa Bay, who's been, the consummate professional for them.
Right.
Probably the glue holding that team together at the end of the day to get them to where they're at now. Pittsburgh, they started so great and then they fell flat for a little bit. And we kind of wondered if they would sit back down there. But they've completely answered the bell. Winners of 5 in a row now, and they've been on fire, the Penguins.
Yep. So everybody there is so tight. This is going to be a fun watch down the stretch here after the Olympic break. Let's jump to the West. In the Central, we have Colorado, just the clear-cut favorite right now with 69 points leading this division. Dallas with 58. Minnesota also with 58. 43 for Utah, 42 for Nashville and St. Louis. There's Chicago with 41. And what in the world went wrong for the Jets this year with 34 points? I know their goalie, Hellebuck, being hurt did not help anything, but still, you got to think that's a better team than that record indicates. I just do not know what is going on with them. But, Steve, not like it's been in the last couple years. The Central is really not even close.
Oh, yeah. It's obviously the Avalanche, they just lost their third game in regulation. And that's actually a bounce-back scenario here tonight. That's going to be an interesting matchup here with Tampa Bay. We'll get with it because Tampa's coming back for that long road trip. That first home game is never a good spot after the long road trip. And here the Avalanche playing the third game in 4 nights for them. And the Lightning will look to try to give them their 4th regulation loss of the season. Man, do you think the Stars would be great with just 9 regulation losses? And the Avalanche only have 3, which has been superb. I was looking at the conference futures this morning. They're plus 140 right now to win the West. So they're basically even money, a little bit of plus. So they are your declarative favorite right now, and rightfully so.
Absolutely. So in the Pacific, we have Vegas leading this division now with 46, but they're tied with Edmonton. Both teams 46. Seattle with 45 right behind them. How about Seattle? Where did they come from? They take the third spot from LA, who has 45 as well.
Another team doing it defensively, Dave.
Yes.
Just 108 goals scored and 116 given up by the Kraken.
Yeah, that their games, you usually see a lot of scoring with them. Team total is not one that excites me for them, that's for sure. The Kings 45 as well. How about the Ducks with 45? I mean, we have a logjam here for position in this division. San Jose, they have 43 points, so they're right there as well. Calgary with 40, can't count them out. And Vancouver with 37. So, Steve, things very, very tight in the Pacific.
Yeah. Again, it's just the parity of this league is fantastic right now. There's plenty of good games, excuse me, every night. And our Ducks, who are sitting on top of first place for so long, right now, with all the tiebreakers, are in fifth, but really just a win away from being back in first place. So amazing, really.
It really is.
And Edmonton's leveled off here some. Man, Edmonton, just when you think, all right, McDavid's hot, they're looking great. Let me take them for 3.5 goals over in a game. And then they score 2 on you and lose.
Yeah. They've done that quite a bit. They're one of them teams, man, you really got to keep an eye on them and catch a trend with them. Because they can make it go the complete other way quickly.
Do you want an update on all these teams, their record against the puck line right now?
Yeah, we can.
And their over-unders, where we're sitting? Okay, let's do the puck lines first, and I'll do the ones that are notable that stand out. Right, well, the Blackhawks are your best team against the puck line. How about that? 29-13. They're 16-5 at home, 13-8 on the road. So if you're laying in a lot of instances -1.5 against them, you're getting killed.
Right.
Let's see here. The Kraken 14-6 at home, 14-6 away. Let's see. The Flyers, a much better team with the puck line on the road, 15-5. The Sharks 16-6 at home. The Penguins on the road, 16-5 against the puck line. Other notables: Avalanche at home, 13-6 against the puck line. Canadian, you would actually think they'd be better. How about this? The Avalanche are 10-12 on the puck line away.
Wow!
So they've been playing close games.
Yeah,
a little bit, which is weird because their puck differential is so phenomenal. I mean, they have the biggest puck differential. So that's how dominant that they have been, literally at home, killing everyone at home. But away, it's a little different story. Canadians have been great against the puck line. A lot of close games with them. 16-6, 26-16, home versus away. Rangers 17-8 against the puck line at home. But if you're taking the Rangers on the road, they mentioned they won nicely in Florida, but they're getting waxed on the road. 16-28 is their total. I'm sorry, I have this completely wrong with the Rangers. Rangers are home horrible, laying the 1.5. And basically when they're taking the 1.5 on the road, they're doing great, 17-8. Islanders, a decent team on the road as far as the puck line is concerned. The Blue Jackets, terrible at home as the puck line favorite. They are 6-14, 15-6 on the road. I mean, these are telling numbers here, the differences. The Blues, much better on the road than at home, involving the puck line. The Lightning, how about this? The Lightning on the puck line at home, just 5-15.
Wow.
And look how good that they're playing. Isn't this insane? And the Senators, 7-14 against the puck line at home. The Stars and Devils. You want to bet the Stars on the puck line at home? Or you're getting clobbered. 6-15 overall.
Wow.
The Devils, 6-15. How about Carolina? They played everybody close. Home against the puck line. I mean, this is a team right now. They're 25 and 14 with the total losses, right? They 7-15 against the puck line at home, 8-12 on the road.
Interesting.
And then there's the Golden Knights on the puck line. 4-16 at home. Away, they are 7-13. They play everyone close.
That is surprising numbers there.
Panthers 8-18. Considering you're winning, have a winning record,
Right.
you would think you'd be a losing team. There's several of this stuff. That's just how tight these games are. 8-18 for the Panthers at home against the puck line. All right, your best team's over and under. Right now, we mentioned that the Kraken, 16-24, 16 overs, 24 unders. So again, low scoring team there. Blackhawks are 18-24. The first number is the over I'm giving you. The second number is the under. All right. Flyers 22-18. And I'm just going to go through every team real quick. 21-20 are the Sharks. 23-19 are the Bruins. 22-19 are the Penguins. 26-16 to the over are the Flames. So they've been an over team. The Capitals 22-21. The Wild 23-21. The Avalanche 18-23. They've been an under team. That's why maybe they're vulnerable at the end of the day.
Right.
26-16 for the Canadians. The Rangers 16-28. The Islanders 19-23. Predators 20-21. Blue Jackets 21-20. Blues 21-22. Red Wings are 23-21. So any given night, these teams are going under or over. Sabres 17-23. Jets 22-18. Ducks, they've been the one main blaster of the over here. 28-14 to the over. So 2 out of every 3 Duck games go over. 24-17 for the Canucks. The Lightning are 22-19. Senators 25-16. Oilers 24-18. 21-22 for Utah. 18-23 for the Kings. Maple Leafs are 24-17 over under. Stars 21-21. The Devils an under team 17-25. 22-20 for the Canes. Panthers 23-18. Golden Knights 21-19. So basically, the Devils have been a pretty much a big time under team. The Kings, as usual, fairly good to the under. The Ducks are your main one team flying over. The Canadians are the other one flying over. And then the Flames are the other one that are flying over. And then Kraken, Blackhawks under teams. Everyone else in between.
Yeah, and that, those numbers, especially with the over-under, Steve, we talked about at the beginning of the show how things were, it's difficult this year.
That's what it looks like, Dave. If you take any of these 2 random teams, there's not much conducive-ness to the over from the get-go.
Right, exactly. So these things can be hard to kind of nail down and handicap. And I got the first 3 games on the slate here. They're going to be no different. All good games, but man, I'll tell you what, we're going to have to try and find something here, Steve. So let's go ahead and jump into the slate. What do you say?
Yep.
All right, first game up. Colorado is in Tampa Bay to take on the Lightning. What a game this should be. Steve, I'm glad you mentioned that a tough spot for Tampa when you come off a long road swing at home. Like you said, those games more times than not is just not a good spot for the home team. You're over under tonight is 6.5, plus 100 for the over, minus 120 for the under. You got minus 118 on the money line for the Avalanche, minus 102 for the Lightning. Let's take a look at the goaltending matchups here. Who do we have tonight? All I see is Scott Wedgwood. Do you have another goalie?
I do not. You know what? I see. No, I'm sorry. I'm in the wrong game. Let's see here. I have for goalies tonight. Nothing on my board.
Okay, all right. So Wedgwood, he's going to be in goal for Colorado. So to be determined for Tampa. And let's just be honest here. That makes it even tougher. Steve, in my mind, long road swing coming back. Colorado is on the back-to-back, correct?
Yep.
I like
a third game in 4 nights.
Okay, well, okay, so that's
tough.
tough.
I don't think they played last night. Yeah, they played.
No, they didn't play last night. But I like the under 6.5 here, Steve. I'll sign up for that at minus 120. The theme of this game, and really the next two as well, is I think you really just kind of keep it simple here. These are two teams that certainly could light up the board, but something tells me, as well as they're playing as well, you may see a playoff style game here. So give me the under 6.5, Steve.
I think you hit that angle perfectly. I mean, these are two teams that met each other in the Stanley Cup just a couple of years back, and I think defenses lock in for this one tonight. Tampa Bay will be up for this, and Colorado, they're going to want to right the ship after taking that one regulation loss. This would be a good game. This might be one of those nights again where we want to bet a few overtimes.
Yeah.
And at plus 280 for this. Well, now look, make sure you got the same odds, which this game is. But I have under the 3-way 60-minute line, plus 280 for a tie. And then you'll also see the bet offered, will there be overtime? And that is plus 280 as well. Sometimes you'll see a small price difference. Always go with the better price. But I would maybe take a shot at that, to be honest.
Well, yeah, that Steve, that's a really good angle. And I think
a 3-2 hockey game,
Seriously, yeah. I mean, between those two teams, I could certainly see it.
I like your angle for the under as well. Yep.
So yeah, I love that angle, Steve. And I think you know what? We might be able to say the same exact thing here in the next game, which is Dallas traveling to Carolina to take on the Hurricanes.
It's the same thing.
It's the exact same thing. It's the same number, plus 105 for the over, minus 125 for the under, plus 120 for the Stars on the road. So if you like the Stars, maybe that's a decent price there. I don't know that I would play it. Minus 142 for the Canes. Let's take a look at the goaltending matchups tonight. Jake Ottinger in goal for the Stars, and Brandon Bussey is in goal for Carolina, and he's been lights out for them. So this goaltending matchup even further makes me like the same play here, under 6.5 at minus 125. Sign me up for 2 unders so far, and Steve, I think we could even play 2 overtimes so far as well.
Yeah, and I'll take it to one step further. It's sketchy, but if you wanted to do some sort of an alternate goal total and go under 5.5 in both of these games, then you'll get a little bit more plus money. I don't know if I like to shift from 134 to plus 122. That's not the biggest jump in the world, considering it's one goal.
Right.
To be honest, you have a much bigger jump going from 5.5 to 4.5, or from 6.5 to 7.5. Is a much better jump. So probably leave it right there at 6.5 for me. But I agree. I like the under in this game. Again, two teams that should play a playoff type of hockey. Both are not playing the greatest right now. They're both struggling. So let them struggle a little bit together here. And I think the under is a good play.
All right. Next game up, the Ducks. They are in Philly taking on the Flyers tonight. This is a back-to-back for the Ducks, so beware of that. Another 6.5 total here, plus 100 for the over, minus 120 for the under. We got plus 130 on the money line for the Ducks, minus 155 for the Flyers. Goalies tonight. I only see Dan Vlader for the Flyers here. Steve, do you have anybody else?
I do not.
All right. So this one, I tell you what, I like the same thing, under 6.5 at minus 120, mainly because the Ducks are on the back-to-back and they played just an absolute shootout last night with our Capitals. Final score being 7-4. Washington comes out on top. Steve, I like the Flyers on the money line here, minus 155. I think I would even play a 60-minute line. Your number for that is going to be plus 105. So I think if you want to squeeze it a little bit, you could play that as well. But my two first thoughts here, Steve, this game's going under 6.5 with a minus 155 Flyers on the money line.
I did not watch much of the Capital Anaheim game last night. Was that a physical game in terms of Anaheim taking a bunch of hits and stuff like that?
Yeah, it was a little bit physical, 2 fights.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it may have taken their toll on Anaheim.
Yeah, that's what the game, which is going to be 2 different styles here, and obviously the Flyers are the more let's just call Anaheim the finesse team going into the Florida Panther kind of beat you up in the back alley type of team,
right?
Like the Flyers. I think this is probably a tough spot for them. I would look at the Flyers here and even be interested on the puck line. They should be able to handle business at home. They're pretty good at home. Let me look at that puck line stat I just brought up for you again here. And they are, against the spread at home, 12-8, covering the puck line. So that's not too bad. They're winning by 2 or more goals. 1.5 times more than they would were to lose. So that compounding with the Ducks 9-12 against the puck line on the road, I think that this is a shot here to take the Flyers.
Absolutely. All right, next game up, we have Vancouver taking on Buffalo. It's in Buffalo. We get another 6.5 here, plus 110 for the over, minus 130 for the under. The Canucks are going to be plus 140 on the money line in Buffalo. Buffalo at home is going to be minus 166. Let's see the goalies tonight. Thatcher Demko is in goal for the Canucks, and Pekka Luukkonen is going to be in goal for the Sabres. And Steve, flat out, I just like the Sabres minus 1.5 at plus 150 at home. That is not something that we have said a whole lot here on the show. But Buffalo is trending the right way. They've been playing so much better lately. So I like the hot Buffalo Sabres minus 1.5 to kind of beat up on Vancouver there on the road.
Vancouver a little sneaky on the road. They play better on the road than they do at home. But you got to think that this is a spot to get right. And what I mean right, making up for the 1 loss after the 9-game winning streak that they just had.
Right.
Losing their last time out. This is the kind of opponent you'd want to come see inside your home. If you want to do the puck line with Philadelphia and Buffalo, you're going to get a little over 5-1 on both of those teams to win by 2 goals. I would lean with the Sabres here, and I would probably take a chance on that puck line rather trying to risk minus 176.
Yeah, all right. I like that. Steve, we got the Florida Panthers taking on Toronto. It's in Toronto. We have another 6.5 tonight. So the book looks like it's expecting some goals tonight. I'm not so sure I agree with them. Plus 110 for the over, minus 130 for the under. We got minus 115 for the Panthers on the money line, minus 105 for the Leafs. Let's see who the goalies are tonight. Joseph Wall in goal for the Leafs. And then we have Bob Roski in goal for the Panthers. Interesting goaltending matchup there. Steve, I don't know. I don't think there's actually much that I really like in this game. I'd like to take the Panthers on the money line is probably where I would land, but I don't know that ugly loss there in that outdoor game kind of makes me think that I need to see a little bit more from them before I start to jump on that train. Which it's not going to take long, but again, let's just see another game or two, see if they can't catch a streak going. So, Steve, I'm not sure there's going to be a play here for me.
Dave, I think you throw this into the overtime mix of things. All the numbers for these teams basically speak for themselves in terms of being even. I mean, these are two teams who have a -1 goal differential. The Leafs have only scored 8 more goals than the Panthers have all season. In their last 10, they're both about the same. 6-3-1 for Florida, 5-3-2 for Tampa Bay, or for Toronto. I'm sorry. You know that they're both going to be up for this game.
You're right.
We know that for a fact. And this is a playoff type of game, really. The home ice for Toronto is much better for them. 14-5-5, but the last 5 with the overtime number is going to be key here because where the Panthers haven't actually had an away game in overtime, there's been 5 overtime games for Toronto, and that is second to only Vegas in terms of teams playing overtime games at home. Vegas has played a ton of overtime games. Look at that. 12 overtime games for Vegas.
Wow.
That almost looks like a soccer record when you take a look at it. Florida's only played 3 altogether. And Toronto has played 7. But again, most of theirs have come at home. I would take a chance there on that overtime with the previous 2 games we talked about, Tampa Bay and in Carolina.
All right, yeah, that would make sense. We'll have to we'll have to look at that. Maybe we'll end up playing.
I'll start plugging it in as a round robin.
All right,
we'll see.
Next game up, we have the Devils taking on the Islanders. So we have New Jersey versus New York. Here we go. Now we have a 5.5, -102 for the over, -118 for the under, -115 for the Devils on the road. Islanders are a -105. Let's check out the goaltending matchup here. Sorokin is going to be in goal for the Islanders. Markstrom in goal for Jersey. That goaltending matchup to me screams at this game going under. I don't have really any reason to believe New Jersey is going to put up a bunch of goals on Sorokin, who is a decent goaltender in my mind anyway. And the Islanders, they have shown signs of scoring goals, but Markstrom's been playing pretty good for the Devils as well. I do know that. I've seen that. So, Steve, under 5.5 at -118. Sign me up for that. It's looking like a couple unders to me tonight.
I think I like the Islanders in this scenario. The Devils are a very banged up team. We haven't talked injuries, but they've basically turned into their AHL team. I've seen in a lot of the comments following them.
Right.
And the Islanders have a good little thing working here. They haven't been the worst. They've been one of the more pleasant surprises here, sitting right there, second place in the Metro, tied with our Caps. So 13-8-2 at home for them, 5-4-1 in their last 10, which is nothing great. But they do have an even goal differential. The Devils are -10. They can't seem to score on the road either. 114 goals. You're probably right about this under again. because both of these teams are trending with under type of records. So give me the Islanders 3-1 winners here.
Oh, okay. I like that little correct score going on. 3-1 from Steve.
I think Jersey is they've been playing some stink fest.
Right. They have.
Here. So no confidence in them at all.
Trouble scoring for them, which is not what we've known since the past couple of years.
And just 2 overtime games for Jersey as well.
Interesting.
How about that?
All right, here's an interesting game. The Golden Knights are in Winnipeg to take on the Jets. I just checked. No back-to-back for the Golden Knights because the puck line for them -1.5 is at +230. They're leading their division. The Jets are last in theirs. The over-under tonight is 5.5, -112 for the over, -108 for the under. And we have a push here on the money line. Both teams +110. I gotta wonder why this is here. I like the I like the way the Knights are playing a lot more than I do the Jets here as of late. I have no goalies listed. So Steve, I'm gonna take the shot here and try and cash in on the big number of -1.5 +230 for the Golden Knights on the puck line tonight.
Well, I see losers of 5 in a row with the Golden Knights against the losers.
Okay, there we go.
Losers of 9 in a row of the Jets. And again, they just played close games here. Vegas does.
Right.
Again, 12 overtime losses. Let me throw this in as the 4th overtime game in a round robin with Winnipeg.
Okay.
Because Winnipeg has home ice. You got to figure they're going to be up for this the best that they can be. I mean, they've lost 9 in a row, like we said, 1-6-3. They are better at home. They will have the home support, I think, at least behind them to try to rally here after the New Year's. And, Vegas, as good as they are at top of that Pacific, I mean, are they that good?
Right. Yeah. They got to be better than the Jets at this point.
Dave, it's mind-boggling.
It really is.
These games and their stats and their numbers and everything in terms of record when you even look at that kind of thing.
Right.
A lot of it makes no sense.
It really doesn't. Like you said,
if you're an alien from another planet trying to figure out the stats with the sport and the winning records, you'd be like, what the hell is this game?
Yeah, like you said, it's the parody of the NHL right now is just crazy at the moment. Nashville is in Edmonton to take on the Oilers. 6.5 is your number here tonight, -120 for the over, +100 for the under, +130 for Nashville on the road. The Oilers are a -155 favorite at home. Goalies tonight, Connor Ingram is all I see, and I believe that is for Edmonton. So no goalie listed for Nashville just yet. But Steve,
it's got to be Saros against Edmonton.
I would think.
I mean, he's been phenomenal. Here's the deal. This looks like -150. It looks like an easy pick for Edmonton at home. Again, let's take Edmonton on the puck line. Nashville's terrible. Let's go back to our stats. Edmonton 6-12, laying the puck line at home as the favorite here. And on the road, Nashville's been good. The Predators are at 11-8 overall against the puck line. So 1-goal game, Edmonton wins, maybe. I wouldn't be shocked at an upset here. I wouldn't be shocked if somehow this game goes to overtime. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked at the upset period. Saros is in there.
Right.
Because we know how leaky Edmonton is on their back end of the goal. They've allowed 143 goals, which is, I would say, up there for the most part. Anaheim's given up 153. San Jose is 146. The Blues have given up 146. But it's ahead of them. So Edmonton, yes, very leaky. They can score a lot, but they give up a lot. Nashville, if they do have an issue, that is them scoring as always. I mean, isn't that always their issue?
It does seem that
just
way.
118 goals allowed or scored for Nashville. I lean Edmonton here, but I would not lay the puck line.
All right. Steve is not laying the puck line. So interesting game there. All right, here's a game probably not on anybody's radar here. The Blue Jackets are out west taking on the San Jose Sharks. 6.5 is your number here, minus 125 for the over and plus 105 for the under, minus 130 for the Jets on the road. So plus 110 for the Sharks at home. That's interesting. They have been playing a little bit better. They can score some goals. We have Jet Greaves. He's going to be in goal for the Jackets, and he has been playing well for them. And we have Nedeljkovic in goal for the Sharks. Steve, I'm not sure what to make of this one. I would like to think over 6.5 at minus 125 is the play. I think these two teams could probably score some goals on each other. But, you know, on the flip side of that coin, like I said, Jet Greaves playing well for the Jackets, keeping them in games at time. I think this game at the end of the day is going to be a pass for me.
I heard somebody else this morning make the case for the over in this game. So if you're trying to grab onto an over, this would maybe be the one. The stats don't necessarily say that exactly when we're looking at the numbers here. The one thing that would be in favor of that, though, would be really the one stat that sticks out. I mean, there's no stats that stick out for the over. This is why it's going to be a close game, which you would hope would be an over game, at least. 15-6 for the Blue Jackets on the road, covering the puck line. And then quite the contrary, the Sharks, 16-6, covering the puck line at home. So both teams very well at that angle. And both just 500. So it's really a coin flip. But two of the more exciting, funner teams still. You would just like to see, man, if the Columbus Blue Jackets had one more good goal scorer on that team.
Really, yeah.
With Frantilli and Werenski, you know, they'd be really something.
They would.
It'll be interesting to see what they might try to do here at the trade deadline, to be honest. Because I don't think they're far off from being a team that gets another really, really good player of really switching the momentum to being one of the top tier teams. I think this is a competitive game. And the Sharks, again, another just good surprise here this season. They've been, for the Sharks standards, pretty decent. Just one game below 500 if you count their 3 overtime losses.
Well, it's been a lot better than recent years, so we're definitely able to say that about the Sharks.
They give up a lot of goals, 146. That's what you have going for you tonight in terms of that over. And then the Blue Jackets, kind of the same, 137 is a decent amount to go over. Their problem is on their offensive end, both more towards the middle of the pack. Yeah, so I would lean over.
All right. Last game on the board, we have the Bruins out west taking on the Seattle Kraken. Your over under here is 5.5, minus 125 for the over, plus 105 for the under, minus 120 for the Bruins on the money line with Seattle, the dog at home. How about that? I'm not so sure about that. I have no goalies listed either, so that makes things a little bit more difficult. Steve, I think really at the end of the day, I'd like to take Seattle at home. You know, they've been doing it by defense, like you said. So I also like the under 5.5 here. I would maybe even play a little same game parlay of the under and Seattle to win something like 3-2 in that regard. So I think, Steve, give me the under in this game and Seattle on the money line.
Seattle's they are the one dead under team. 108 goals scored, 116 allowed. The Bruins are more middle of the pack in this regard. 133 scored, 136 allowed, a -3 in goal differential. They have won 2 in a row, so they've been doing nice. But the Kraken have won 3 in a row and 7-2-1 in their last 10. It's the back-to-back that worries you, right?
Yeah.
And they won convincing last night, 5-1. 5-1 winners last night for Seattle. So, tough game. Tough game.
It is.
This might be an overtime game too, Dave.
I could see that out west late night.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I could definitely see that.
And maybe that's the angle, is take those 5 games in overtime and you just hope that 3 of them, put your bigger wager on the 3s.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just trying to pick out of the hat 3 of the 5 to get to overtime. A little bit smaller of a wager on the 4s, and don't expect all 5 to get there. But obviously you want to put like $1 on it or something. Let me pull that ticket up here. I thought I had it going, and then we kind of got distracted. Oh yeah, here we go. So we have Colorado, Tampa, right?
Yep.
Dallas, Carolina, Florida, and Toronto. And then we also have Seattle and Boston. And was there a 15? Let me get back to the standings. I thought I was thinking of another game to throw into overtime here. Oh, yeah, Vegas.
And the Jets.
And the Jets.
That's a fun ticket.
So all these are at plus 280 or plus 290 or 3-1. So when you do the round robin, your dollar payout's not going to be but so great. Basically, if you do 10 different bets on the 3-game parlays and you just put $1 down, you can win $56. I mean, this is more of an investment ticket. We're going to have to spend a little bit more money to get home here. Like, for example, $20 might get you 112. If you got to figure out, is that worth it to you? You'd like these to be closer to 4-1 to really make these round robins pay off. But if you spend, let's just say you spend $32 on this ticket. If you hit 3 of the 5, you're going to win $112. You get 4 of the 5 to go to overtime. Then you're going to get about $1,000. And then if we get all 5 here, then we'll get about $6,300. So is that worth your $32 to have a 5-team overtime round robin?
It is a fun ticket. I will
it gets
say that.
worth it if you get to the 4, that's for sure.
Right.
If you can pluck the 4th home, that's good. And just figure 3, you get at least a little payout after your money back. I mean, you're hard pressed to think that you won't get 2 of these to go to overtime, though, to be honest.
Right.
And I think, Dave, the other angle is this. Don't you play all these games just under as well?
Yeah, I think I disagree here with the sports book. I think we see some unders.
I mean, so if we take Colorado, Tampa Bay under, correct?
Yep.
Dallas, Carolina under?
Yep.
We won't do the Flyers or Ducks.
No.
We won't do the Sabres or Canucks.
Although we could with the back-to-back angle.
Oh, yeah. You did like that. I don't trust that. I mean, I love the Flyers just go off.
Right.
That's
and
what
they
I'm
could,
thinking.
yeah.
And they could. Sabres and Vancouver, probably not, right?
No.
Toronto and Florida, yes, right?
Yeah, we like that for overtime, too.
Islanders and Devils. You would think so, under.
Yeah, absolutely under.
The Jets and Golden Knights, you would think under.
Mm-hmm.
Nashville and Edmonton. I mean, you kind of think under the way Nashville's offense is lacking, and they have, and that's if Saros plays. Let me see if I actually have him listed.
I always think of an under when I think of the Nashville Predators.
I just have Connor Ingram. Yeah, but that's the first thing that comes to your mind. And then let's throw in this Boston-Seattle game under, because that's what Seattle does. It's a 7-leg parlay, but $10 wins you $775.
Right. I like that ticket. I mean,
I do too. And if you actually wanted to round robin that, and let's see, if you put a couple bucks on the sixes, that way you can miss one, then you're still going to win almost $100 off $14. So that might not be the worst thing.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So unders and overtime. I think that's all I got for you, Dave.
I mean, really, that's the plays of the evening I'm thinking here. So let's take a quick look at the updated conference numbers. We'll throw somebody in the penalty box. We'll pick some goal scorers tonight, and then we'll get you out of here for puck drop. Eastern Conference, Carolina Hurricanes plus 320, Tampa's plus 360. Florida is at plus 475. The Caps are 8-1. The Devils are 10-1. The Leafs are 15-1. Senators 15-1. Rangers 25-1. Canadians 25-1. And the Red Wings 25-1. I think the Red Wings would be, if you want to really get a good number, you want to try and boost out your payouts, throw the Red Wings in there, 25-1. Other than that, let's kind of wait to see here. I do like Tampa as hot as they've been right now. So, Steve, in the East, if you're trying to get some value, who are you looking at?
Oh, wow.
And that's tough, man. All these teams really. I don't like Toronto to do it. I don't really like the Senators. It's tough.
How do you not take the Wings at 30-1 right now?
Right.
I mean, from my board, or even the Penguins at 40-1, I think are still worth a shot. And shoot, maybe the Flyers do have something good going. 50-1 for them, I see.
Oh yeah, I have it at 60. There we go. I had to click view more. I was wondering why those are the only teams.
So I would maybe take a shot on a couple of them.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you like a team to win the Super Bowl, let's just do a quick example, just so you guys have a feel for it. Let's take the win the Eastern Conference. Let's go ahead and take the Flyers. And then if we click over to the Super Bowl, I'll just be a homer and I'll take my Patriots here. Or, let's use maybe the Seahawks in a minute too. But $10 wins you $5,600 right now. That's how much is going to boost that Flyers ticket.
Oh yeah.
If you like the Patriots to win the Super Bowl and the Flyers to win just the Eastern Conference.
I'm gonna look at some mixed stuff with Jacksonville too.
Yeah, sure. If we look at it in conference terms of the AFC, Jacksonville and the Flyers to win the Eastern Conference, $10 wins you $3,300.
Yeah, see, that's a fun ticket, is it not?
And that gives you something to root for. And if the Flyers fall apart, they fall apart. Right. But you never know. Get them into the dance, and that's all you need.
That's it. That's all you got to do.
And you probably do some hedging against it too.
Sure.
Once you're in that position.
Yep. All right. In the West, we have Colorado at plus 155, the clear favorite there. Plus 425 for the Knights. Plus 550 for the Oilers. Plus, you got 6-1 for the Stars. 12-1 for the Wild. That's kind of a decent number. I do like that. 14-1 for the Kings. The Ducks 25-1. That's a great number. Get them into the dance. That's a dangerous team. The Mammoth are 30-1. Jets 75-1. And then everything else that's just probably not going to happen. Steve, I like the Wild. So if we played a Wild, Philly, and Jacksonville ticket, I may have just talked myself into that.
Yeah, let's see what that pays. Philly or the Wild, the Flyers, and Jacksonville to win the AFC. Let's see here. Yeah, $10 wins you $19,000.
I think that's worth it.
I would play around a little bit with some of these teams that you like in the Super Bowl. I mean, really, if you put $1 down, that's to win 1,900.
Right.
You can do a bunch of those bets.
Hell
And you
yeah.
might come out with something really to root for once the NFL is done.
Absolutely. I think that's, playing for $2, playing for $5, and really have some fun with it. So Steve, all right, let's throw somebody in the penalty box and then we'll finish it off on a high note with the goal scorers. All right, Steve, who are you throwing in the penalty box?
I mean, the Jets are the obvious one.
Right.
Losers of 9 in a row. I'll throw Vegas in there.
All right.
Losers of 5 in a row.
So really there was two clear-cut favorites.
They're a first-place team right now.
Right. So you're throwing in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I was going to say that there are two favorites. I'm going to go with the flip side of the coin, and I'm going to throw the Jets, the obvious play, in there.
Right.
I think
again 1-6-3 in their last 10.
I think Boston could maybe be thrown in there as well. Their last 10, well, maybe not as bad as the other two, hasn't been great either. So Steve,
they've been a wishy-washy team to say the least.
They really have, and that's kind of what gravitates me towards maybe having them as a candidate for the penalty box as well.
Maybe they just need a little talk in the corner.
That's right. A little timeout. So let's finish things off here with some goal scorers, Steve. Who do you have?
Well, that's going to be a tough one, Dave, considering we just shot out like 7 unders.
Right. Well, play a little insurance if these guys start.
So give me a flyer here, and we'll go ahead and take, let's see. We'll take Zegras at plus 190 for a goal
there you
tonight. Go. We will also take, we'll take a Sabre.
Okay. I have a Sabre as well.
And we'll go ahead and take Alex Tuck. How about that?
I like it.
And then we'll go ahead and take one more, and that will be someone in the Columbus San Jose Shark game. And I mentioned their names before, but I think you can take we'll take Fantilli at plus 180. So 24-1 for Zegras, Tuck, and Fantilli all to get a goal tonight.
Excellent. I like that, Steve. And I think we're thinking very similar here. I'm going to go with Brandon Hagel for the Tampa Bay Lightning, Tage Thompson for the Buffalo Sabres, Sam Reinhart for the Florida Panthers, and we'll round things off with somebody in the late window, if we can get there, Kirill Marchenko for the Columbus Blue Jackets. What do you think about that?
I like it.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for us here at Deep End Broadcasting Studio. A nice little NHL slate. A tougher one, we thought, but I think, Steve, we've at least found some fun angles to kind of try to attack this Tuesday night. So before we get out of here, as usual, do you have any programming notes that you'd like to add?
Well, we'll do an adjusted schedule for the playoffs and our show, the Round Robin. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and I think what we'll do is go ahead and come on at 9 o'clock on Saturday. And then I think we'll come on. We're going to have Nick Afton pick some games as well. The Warpaint Illustrated, my old boss from Kansas City. So that can fill some Dave Delgrandy time that we usually have. So I think if we do an 8 o'clock start, that works out well. And then we can be done by like 11 o'clock or so. Or 11:30. How's that sound?
All right, there it is. Do not miss the Round Robin Playoff Edition. Get all your info, touchdown scores, alternate lines, whatever you want. We've got it for you.
Do you have some teams that you like already in the playoffs?
Yeah, I'm going to take a look, man. But I like, I tell you what, I like Jacksonville to beat Buffalo.
I've heard nothing but Jacksonville talk this week.
Really? Okay, interesting.
That's probably why I'm going to go with the Bills.
Okay, yep. I mean, well, you gotta have a little insurance in there. I like Houston and the under in the Monday night game with the Steelers. That should be a pretty good game as well. So definitely some things to look at in that regard. But those are my first two thoughts just right off the jump.
All right. All right, Dave. Good job. Let's win some loot tonight.
Let's do it. Good luck on the NHL picks.
What the puck is going on?